Good morning. Thank you all for being here. My name is Renee Christensen and I work with the joint UNEP OCHA Environment Unit at the Palais de Nation across the road. I'm here today to present a brand new tool. It's an online preparedness support centre for environmental emergencies. Before I present this centre to you, I'd like to show you a brief introductory video to set the scene for why we've developed this tool and why there's a need and why everyone here should be using it. Okay, so there's some quite striking statistics and visuals in that video. There's evidently a need. There is a need for building capacity, raising awareness, and increasing preparedness for environmental emergencies. So, as I mentioned before, I'm from the joint UNEP OCHA Environment Unit. And this is a partnership between UNEP and OCHA, bringing together the technical environmental expertise of UNEP with the humanitarian coordination expertise of OCHA. Bringing that together, we are achieving an effective and a prepared response targeted to environmental emergencies. So environmental emergencies, when we do use this term, we're referring to an emergency that has an impact on the environment, human health and livelihoods from natural disasters, industrial accidents and any kind of war or conflict as well that has these impacts. So the JEU, using their vast experience in responding to environmental emergencies, initiated this project based on requests from countries. There is a need, there is a demand to actually assist countries in building their capacity to prepare for these emergencies rather than just coming in to respond to them. So we developed the Environmental Emergency Centre, what we like to call a one-stop shop for environmental emergency preparedness. So this is what it is. This is the front page, the home page of the website. Unfortunately, the internet connection wasn't quite strong enough in here for me to walk you through the centre, but I do strongly encourage you to. The website address is www.eecentre.org. So as a one-stop shop, this centre has an extensive array of information, tools, guidelines, training. There's a discussion forum. As you can see, there's a Relief Web newsfeed which has been filtered to include only relevant stories about environmental emergencies. Actually, this is only the top half of the page, but there's upcoming events, a full events system. So anyone who wants to know what's happening in the world of environmental emergencies, you can come on and have a look at both past events as well as all reports as well as upcoming events. And yeah, the overall objective of this is obviously to increase preparedness through building capacity, raising awareness of these issues, not just the issues, but also the mechanisms and the tools that are available to be used to increase preparedness. And overall, to reduce risk and to mitigate impact and increase resilience. So the target audience of the Environmental Emergencies Centre is essentially everyone. It's an open page. All of the tools and guidelines and trainings can be downloaded to anyone. We do kindly request that people register for the online e-learning modules for our monitoring and evaluation purposes, as well as to follow up with individuals as well. Of particular relevance, this centre is targeted to humanitarian responders, environmental experts, government officials, and vulnerable communities as well. So yes, the content, we have a full resources database, including tools and guidelines, all mission reports that the joint unit actually undertake, as well as reports that partners and other users of the centre share with us to include in that database. Lots of tools and guidelines. We're trying to increase the number of languages that we have available of these tools and guidelines, but where possible, we do translations, but we encourage everyone else as well to share with us their information and their tools and guidelines to include on here. We also have policy and governance documents as well, and the resources database, as I mentioned, is a database, and this is something that we're trying to continue to build. So we have various search functions as well, because this will hold a very large amount of information, so you can filter according to the operational phase, type of document, emergency, keywords, etc. There's a section on global community, which has various advocacy documents and information about events where environmental emergencies have been involved. There is information again on international governments at a global level and at a regional level. And there is a database of partnerships and networks. And again, I encourage everyone here to share your contact details with us or your organisations, and we can include you in this database as well. And we can link up people and organisations working on these issues together to also identify joint synergies and together try and increase all of the mechanisms available for effective preparedness. There is a discussion forum. At the moment, this is via LinkedIn. You just go to the homepage and press join, and you'll be taken to the discussion forum. And so you unfortunately, you do actually require a LinkedIn account, but it's very simple and it's free to set up, and anyone can ask questions. The discussion forum is moderated by the joint unit at the moment as well. But we're trying to build our numbers, so please come join the discussion on this as well. And this now, with the online training series, this is probably one of the most important and valuable parts of the Environmental Emergency Centre. We have a range of e-learning modules, which some have already been developed and are operational on the centre. Others are in the final stages of development. These modules have been developed to be 3 hours to try and encourage people to be able to, it's not too daunting, it's not too long, so 3 hours is a very doable amount. It's open source, so you do need internet connection to access the site, which you can complete on the website. There's a full learning management system. You'll have a user profile, you'll get your certificate, you can track your progress, but you can also download these modules onto a USB stick as well. Currently, all of the modules are developed in English, and we have some in additional languages as well. Beyond Response is the first training module that we developed, and it consists of a 3-hour e-learning module and a 3-day workshop. I actually see a few faces here today, people who have actually participated in some of these trainings in country as well. This training is available in English, French and Arabic on the EEC, and we actually conducted 2 regional trainings so far. One last year in Nigeria with participation from 5 ECOWAS member states, as well as earlier this year with participation from the Northern Mediterranean and the Balkans as well. So we've so far received very good feedback from people and further requests for additional information and additional training as well. So this is the introductory training to environmental emergency preparedness and response. Then we have a range of other trainings which are far more specified, far more technical, relevant to a particular tool or a particular target audience. This one is Introduction to Industrial Accidents, and you actually, as you can see, these are screenshots from the learning module. You actually choose your stakeholder. So we're trying to engage as many people as possible. You choose which is relevant to you, and you will actually work through a scenario as that stakeholder in that community. This is actually currently available in English, French and Russian. Our newest e-learning module, Disaster Waste Management, is only currently available in English, but this is also a scenario-based training where you're asked to utilise different guidelines, methodologies as you are responding to an emergency, taking into account disaster waste management considerations. Okay, so this product has not officially yet been launched. A prototype has been live. We presented, obviously, here today when we had our big meeting at the Palais last week as well. But we've already had a lot of users coming to the centre. As you can see, users from 92 organisations across 36 countries. It's also interesting to note that majority of these users actually found the centre, because we haven't been advertising it, found it via an internet search. So there's a demand. People are interested in these sorts of things and are wanting to learn more. And so we're hoping that by spreading the word, by advocating even further, that we will increase these numbers dramatically. So to the crux of it, this centre, we host it, but it's a tool for you. This is something that we want everyone to come and utilise the content, build on your experiences from doing the trainings, learning about the tools and guidelines, but then also share your experiences back with us to include on the Environmental Emergency Centre. So your best practice, if you develop new tools and guidelines, mission reports as well. So we're hoping this to end up being a little bit of a cycle. So you use the EEC, you strengthen your preparedness and reduce your risk, you learn, you contribute your lessons learned back to the EEC, strengthen the EEC, and then someone else, another individual, organisation, country comes and does the same thing. So this centre, we hope, well, it has the potential to grow into something very large and to become a truly one-stop shop, but we need everyone's engagement in this as well. So yes, this is your centre. We encourage you to use it well. Please visit www.eecentre.org. Thank you very much. Oh, sorry, one more thing. Also, advocating for environmental emergencies here, do encourage you all to please attend the side event this afternoon at 2 o'clock on reducing risk of environmental emergencies as well. Thank you.